Greetings everyone, it's Steak here. It's Super Bowl week and it's one of the best weeks of the calendar. Now I'm not in Indianapolis unfortunately this year, but I wanted to give you a couple things to keep an eye out for this coming week. There's going to be a lot of great stuff. Tomorrow's Media Day. Media Day, if you don't know, is the day when all the media members from international media, local media, national media converge on the stadium and they get 60 to 90 minutes. I think it's usually an hour. You get about an hour to go around and talk to the different players that are playing in the game. And when I've done it, I took it as an opportunity to ask some stupid, ridiculous questions to see if I can get a rise out of the players. Because, I mean, you can only ask so many questions about how you handle a blitz or, you know, what kind of defense a team's going to throw at you and how you're going to overcome a team's running game, or how you're going to stop a team's passing game. It's just inane, and the questions are being asked over and over again. So what I do is I like to try to ask questions that take them completely off guard. Something like, would you respond to the rumor, would you care to respond to the rumor that you are going to quit football to join the monastery? Just ridiculous stuff where people go, what? You know, so I had a lot of fun doing that. The other great thing about Media Day is Inez Sainz. And Inez Sainz is, Inez, is from TV Azteca in Mexico. And she's a physically gorgeous gal with an incredible body who, when I was there, and I think it was a 42, last time the Giants and the Patriots played in the Super Bowl, she dressed up for Media Day in a wedding dress and actually asked Tom Brady to marry her. So she has a lot of fun. A couple of years ago, she caused a bit of a stir in the New York Jets locker room where some players said some things about her. Look, she is, if you don't know who she is, this is Inez Sainz right here. That's Inez and me at Super Bowl 42. And it's probably difficult to see from this picture, but she's the attractive one in the photo. And, you know, I mean, she's got a nice body and she shows it off. And for some reason, that irritates a lot of serious journalists. They don't like the fact that she makes a mockery of this fine establishment that is journalism. Look, she's having a bit of fun. The players have a bit of fun. All the different people that are there enjoy watching her and having a good time. You know, it's the Super Bowl, for Christ's sake. Loosen up, lighten up. It's not, you know, we're not talking about, it's not a crime scene. Enjoy yourself. Let her enjoy herself. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl is all about. The whole thing is a celebration. It's the end of the season. It's a lot of fun. And gosh, I wish I were there this year because it's great. So, you know, there should be some fun things coming out of Media Day. I'm curious to hear what people are going to say, what the players are going to say, what type of questions will be asked. I'm very curious to see what Inez is wearing and what Inez does. The other thing that's really great about Super Bowl week is that all these players that are either play the game now, or guys, typically it's guys that used to play that don't play any longer, they're retired, they come out of the woodwork this week. And they show up on whatever city is hosting the Super Bowl, and they start doing radio interviews. So they're always flogging something. You know, it could be floss your teeth, don't drink too much Pepsi-Cola because it's bad for you, make sure you eat 3 square meals a day. It could be blood pressure, you know, look after your blood pressure. It could be see a proctologist. It could be have your colon checked. It could be erectile dysfunction. And the latest one now is low T. There's these guys now who are like in their 50s or 60s or whatever are suffering from a lower testosterone count. So the really great thing is if you listen to like the national interviews, you know, national radio guys like Colin Cowherd and Mike and Jim Rome, the segue that they make for the conversation to go from talking about football to talking about low T. And it could be something like, So yeah, Jim, you're here, and boy, you were great in that game. And so you're here this week. I understand you can't get it up any longer, or you know, whatever. I mean, it's low T. So the guy's got low T. So then the guy goes in and tells a story about low T and how you can reverse the effects of low T so that you can become a virile man once again. It's funny, and it's something that I always get a kick out of, watching and listening to the guys segue from talking about sports to talking about low T or erectile dysfunction is always comical to me. Now, It's Super Bowl week, and this week's Super Bowl is in Indianapolis. And you've got two pretty decent teams, not the best two teams, I don't think, but two decent teams playing in the Super Bowl. You got the Giants, you got the Patriots. You've got the story from 4 years ago that these two teams played. This, in a way, is a rematch of Super Bowl 42. Yet, the number one story all week long will be Peyton Manning. You will see every single guy who ever strapped on a Colts helmet, anyone who ever knew Peyton Manning, anyone who ever showered with him. They're all going to talk about Peyton and speculate what's going to happen. And I just don't think this is the time for it. This is a Super Bowl. There's a lot of different things to talk about. Now I get that you can't talk about a cover two defense 24 hours a day, and there's a lot of time to talk about different things. So you got to fill the space with something. But here's what's going to happen with Peyton Manning. If he's healthy, he'll play again. He's not going to play in Indianapolis anymore unless they trade away the pick, which they wouldn't. They're going to draft Andrew Luck. He's their new quarterback. They're completely gutting the franchise and starting over. He's owed $28 million. If he's healthy, he'll play somewhere else. He's not going to play in Indianapolis. And until Indianapolis drops him, I think we should stop talking about it. It's like Peyton Manning. I kind of feel for Eli Manning. Eli Manning is on the verge of winning his second Super Bowl, which incidentally is twice as many as his dad, as he and his brother and his dad have combined. Archie never won one. Peyton's won one, and all anyone's talking about is Peyton this week. It's Eli just not getting respect. I do think though that coming into this week, I feel, and from like last week, everybody's talking about the Giants. I myself have said that I thought the Giants were going to win the Super Bowl because when you look at it on paper, I don't see any one area outside of maybe quarterback and tight end perhaps, where the Patriots have a major upgrade, They're an upgrade really to the Giants. I mean, the Giants have that great defense. The Patriots don't have a defense. But the fact that every single person is talking about the Giants crushing the Patriots, and the fact that Vegas has the Patriots as the favorite when everybody is talking about the Giants makes me a little bit nervous. And I just go back to the last time these two teams played, where everyone's talking about how the Patriots were going to it was like a foregone conclusion. They were going to beat the crap out of the Giants, and they were going to win the Super Bowl. And the Giants they sacked Tom Brady 5 times. They knocked him on his ass all day long, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I kind of get that same sense that, go against the grain here. Everybody thinks the Giants are going to win. The Giants look like the better team. And even though I've said I think the Giants were going to win, and in my mind I kind of think they're going to win, I just can't ignore the fact that everybody thinks the Giants are going to win. And so therefore, I might just have to change and say I'm going to go with the Patriots. Anyway, I'm on KB tomorrow. I will catch you then. Have a good night.